This is the very first case of rotation. At this speed, which is less than critical speed of shaft, y value will be positive, means gravity is center of gravity is shifted outwards, and we call it as inside out condition. Then we are getting toward critical speed of shaft. You can see that.
Welcome to YouTube channel Kadam Academy. Dear friends, today's lecture on this critical speed of the shaft. We are going to learn what is the principle of critical speed of shaft and what the application of critical shaft. We'll watch the movies or videos on this related to application also. Then under the first time permission, we have studied the various numerical and videos. Please watch those videos. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe it. What is the critical speed of the shaft? Rotor, any rotor is mounted on the shaft. Its center of gravity usually does not coincide with the axis of rotation of the shaft. This center of gravity is normally displaced from the axis of rotation. So you can watch in this rotor layer. You can just see here. I will show the pointer. The G is the center of gravity, which is place of the rotor, which is not matched with this axis of rotation. The line, center line, this is the shaft with a vertical line as a axis of rotation. It rotates like this. And these are the bearing supports. This vertical shaft along with this rotor and center of gravity G is placed here. So this axis of rotation and this G, they are not matched. So what will happen due to this? The displacement of the center of gravity may be due to the why the reason the G is outside. There are different reasons, causes are there. Eccentric mounting of the rotor on the shaft or lack of straightness of the shaft may be possibility, lack of straightness of the shaft. In case of the horizontal shaft, the what will happen, the horizontal shaft, that will bending of shaft under the action of gravity. Due to the gravity, this is the vertical shaft, but in case of the horizontal shaft, it is the bending due to the gravity or non-homogeneous construction of material. The material when manufacturing this rotor, their manufacturing defect may be there, or non-homogeneous material combination may be possibility, or unbalanced magnetic pole in case of the electrical machinery, unbalanced electrical pole or the magnetic pole. Due to this also, this shift of this G from the with the distance E, eccentricity of the rotor. So this center of gravity is displaced from the axis of rotation through the amount. The displacement is very, very small, but it will create some vibration. Just watch the video, first video. Okay. So as a result of this initial eccentricity, this eccentricity is E, the center of gravity from the axis of rotation. Shaft is subjected to centrifugal force when it begins to rotate. So this centrifugal force which will create and which will applied, which will try to go outside. Here with the axis is shown, the centrifugal force is applied here. Due to this G is on the side, you can show the centrifugal force try to outside, outward direction. So as observed in the video, how it will be act. This further increases the eccentricity, and hence what will happen, the magnitude of centrifugal force in this way, the effect of cumulative, and ultimately the shaft may fail. So this was the reason. Because of the unbalanced the centrifugal force, a shaft start vibrating violently. So this radially outward eccentricity is there. This unbalance of the centrifugal force, a shaft start vibrate violently in the direction perpendicular to the this C. Here is the centrifugal force is applied here in this direction to the perpendicular of the axis of the shaft, and this phenomena is nothing but the called whirling of shaft. Whirling of shaft. That experiment is nothing but the whirling of shaft. Experiment on the experiment of the shaft, or find out the critical speed of the rotor. So that shaft also. So this violently appearing, and because of this unbalance and violently vibrating, the direction of the perpendicular to the axis of the shaft, that nothing but the whirling of shaft. Friend, now the speed at which the shaft start vibrate violently in the direction perpendicular to axis of the shaft is known as critical speed. So this is the speed when it will start to vibrate. You observe that video, the vibrating. You will see later on also. When this critical speed terminologies, I will show you here. Some terms are there. O. Here is the O. Here dot O, and the point on axis of rotation and coincide with the bearing center line and the rotor. S is the geometric center of the rotor. This terminology is very important to clear you the concept of the critical speed. G is the center of gravity of the rotor. G is the center of gravity of the rotor. M is the mass. M is the mass of this rotor in kg. E is the eccentricity of rotor. That is distance between the center of gravity of rotor and this axis of rotation. And the S, distance between the geometric center, yes, M. Why the deflection of geometric center? Yes, from point O due to centrifugal force M. So distance between this S and O is nothing but the Y deflection. Kt is the transverse stiffness. The shaft is having rotating, and due to this, what is the rotational stiffness? That is the transverse vibration will be there. So next is the omega. It will rotate like this with the angular speed radian per second, and that is the speed of the actual shaft. But what is the natural circular speed of the shaft, natural frequency? We can also find out omega n. So friend, this is the shaft in stationary condition. This figure, which will show you. The next is the critical speed of the shaft carrying a single rotor. We are considering only for the case for a single rotor without damping. Here, shaft may be horizontal or shaft may be vertical. So how it will be behave, that we have to see in this case. We are going to study on the vertical shaft with the rotor. Okay, we already studied this all the terminologies which is required for the critical shaft. Here for the horizontal case will look like this. Okay, when shaft is in rotating condition, what will happen? See, it started rotating, it will move away from this axis of rotation. This figure will show the two forces acting on the shaft. Here, one force is the centrifugal force, and this is the force, restoring force. So these two forces, they are in opposite direction acting on the shaft. First is the centrifugal force, m omega square, inside the bracket, y plus e. From this figure, you can clear y plus e. This is the axis of rotation. This is the force. Okay. So this we can calculate m omega square y plus e inside the bracket. And restoring force, nothing but this stiffness into deflection. So this is the restoring force. It try to due to this shaft, it will try to come to the original position. In equilibrium condition, what will happen? These two forces are equal. They try to, when they are equal, then there will be equilibrium condition. And what will happen? This will return this m omega square inside the bracket y plus e dt y. So we have to find out this value of deflection y. So just return this multiplying this m omega square into y plus m omega square e plus kt y. So here kt y are taken on this side and m omega square y. The y term are taken on this side and the m omega square e on this right side. Y were taken outside, kt minus m omega square bracket close is equal to m omega square e. So y is equal to then m omega square e upon under root square root kt minus m omega square. This becomes That's what I have done in this case. This color is different. Why? Because KT I have taken common, and this KT taken on this side. So m omega square m e kt. So why we are taken? Because we have to consider the omega n square. The omega n square is already we have studied is equal to k by m. K for this case shaft is kt. So here m upon kt means 1 upon omega n square. So right here. So what will remaining? Omega by omega n is square. Already omega square is there upon omega n. So this bracket square into e. Okay. In denominator 1 minus omega by omega n bracket square and bracket this square bracket close. So this is the nothing but the relation of this deflection of the shaft y with this speed, angular speed of the shaft. That directly in relation with this, there is a relation. If the omega is equal to omega n, what will happen? We'll see in the case. Okay, from this critical speed, thus the speed at which the deflection of the shaft tends to infinity is known as critical speed or whirling speed. Okay, now these are the formulae where this written here. Why? Because from this equation, it is clear that the angular speed of the shaft omega, this omega increases. Okay, the y also increases. When omega becomes equal to omega n, omega becomes equal to omega n, what will happen? Omega becomes omega n here. Okay, here 1 minus this 1. Okay, so it will y tends to infinity. So that is the reason the y tends to infinity when this omega is equal to omega n. So it will try to vibrate. Very deflection of the shaft is very highly deflection will be there, and that nothing but its critical speed or whirling speed, and that we can calculate. This omega n becomes, we can write here omega c is equal to under root of g by delta. This del is there. This is nothing but we can find out by using the geometrical their formula. Okay, this nc is nothing but the whirling speed. Okay, this we can find out omega c upon 2 pi. Then hence we can write 1 upon 2 pi under root of g by del. This is in RPS. This is the speed. Okay, nc, n suffix c means critical speed. Omega c means omega angular critical speed. So this speed we can calculate here. Hence the nc is the critical speed in RPS and del is the static deflection of the shaft in meter. So now what will happen? Already I studied the critical speed, whirling speed. Now the ranges of speed. What will happen in that range? If suppose the omega is less than omega c, the speed of the shaft is less than the critical speed. This is the speed of the shaft and this is the critical speed of the shaft when it will violently vibrate. Okay. So ranges of the shaft, we can see three ranges. Omega is less than c, omega c, or omega is equal to omega c, or omega is greater than omega c. First, we'll see this range of the shaft. In this range, what will happen? The deflection of shaft y is positive. Here, when this case is there, this deflection of shaft, here the y, you can observe the axis of rotation here, the shaft is just bent, and this is a rotor with the O, S, and G. S is on the shaft, and G is on the right side of this S, and O is on the axis of rotation. Okay, this is the negative side, and this is the positive side. This is the this front view, and this is the just for the clear view, the top view, you can say. For the clear your doubt, we are shown in this diagram. Okay, so this is the axis of rotation, and this is the S and G. Similarly, on this diagram, the distance of Y here, Y it is shown here, and eccentricity distance E is shown here. It will rotate at a angular speed omega. So in this case, what will happen? Y is, when we calculate by using the formula, Y becomes positive. Deflection of the shaft. When the speed of the shaft is less than the critical speed, that omega is less than omega c, the deflection of shaft is positive. Okay. In this speed range, the deflection of shaft y and eccentricity are on opposite side. Just you can see here, this is the yes, the opposite side of what? Geometric center. Yes is what? Geometric center of the rotor. This means what? It rotates with the heavy side outwards. You see, G is outward means heavy side outward. Here is a heavy side outward, and the deflection of Y increases with the shaft speed. Already we have discussed. Deflection of shaft Y E are in opposite side of the yes, and rotor rotates heavy side outside. Rotor rotates with the heavy side outside, as shown in figure. You can see here also the G is outside when it will rotate like this. Hence in this speed range, deflection of shaft Y increases with the speed of the omega. Next speed range, ranges of speed, shaft speed is omega is equal to omega c. That means shaft speed is equal to critical speed. In this case, there is nothing will happen. It will try to infinite. Why? Already we are studying in this formula of the deflection of the shaft. The deflection of shaft y tends to infinity when omega is equal to omega c. In that formula, when we put the values, that denominator becomes infinite 0, and it will be 1 upon anything upon 0, it will be infinite. So y becomes infinity. Finally, this may be lead to failure of the shaft. This may lead to the failure of the shaft. Okay. So G is in between the S and O. In this case, G is in between the S and O. Next, third final case is what? When omega is greater than omega c, shaft speed is greater than critical speed here. This shaft speed we applied around this axis of rotation. That speed is greater than the critical speed. When it may be failure, but above critical speed, what will happen? That we'll see. The speed of the shaft is greater than the critical speed, and therefore, in that case, what will happen? The shaft becomes value of the deflection of it becomes negative. In this speed range, deflection of shaft y and eccentricity e are on the both the same side. Okay, this is the here. Yes is the what? S is the center of gravity. G is the center of gravity, and with this center, geometric center, yes, here shown, and G is the center of gravity. O is the axis of rotation. So E and Y on the same side of the S. And what will happen here? So this means the deflection of shaft Y and eccentricity E are on the same side of the geometric center S. This means the rotor rotates with the light side outward. Light side means the center of gravity or more weight on this side, but the light side will become outside. Okay. In first case, the heavy side will become outside. Okay. So that is the difference in first case and third case. In this speed range, this Y and E, this symbol which represent the values of the Y and E are positive, but Y is always greater than E. Y is greater than E as the shaft speed omega increases. The deflection of shaft Y approaches to minus E. That means what? When omega is much greater than omega c, omega is much greater than omega c. Omega c what? here critical speed, then y tends to minus e. This means the center of gravity g on the axis of rotation. Here, center of gravity and axis of rotation on the same axis of rotation. The center of gravity will goes to on the axis of rotation, and in that case it will not vibrate, and that is the principle used in a high-speed turbine, and that is used for the speed of turbine rotates beyond the critical speed. They designed this turbine like that. We will watch the video for the turbine also. That is the application of the critical speed. And the friend, dear friend, also you can watch the experimentation for the critical speed with the detailed calculation how to find out this critical speed experimentally. Watch the video and the experiment. Now we'll see the how the it will work.
With
Watch it.
900 RPM, near about 900 RPM. So this is all about an experiment. Okay, now we are going to observe the phenomenon once again. I'm going to rotate the shaft slowly, and up to the maximum. Okay, up to the maximum speed of rotation. We'll start with slower speed and we'll reach up to the maximum speed. But before that, we are going to identify three stages of or phenomenon. Means when the speed is less than critical speed, y value is positive. When the speed is equal to critical speed, y value is infinity. And when speed is more than critical speed, the y value is negative. Okay, so this is the very first case. Now I am starting it. This is the very first case of rotation.
Heart
At the
vibrating.
speed which is less than critical speed of shaft,
G is outside.
y value will be positive, means since gravity is
Range 1.
center of gravity is
Omega is less than
shifted
omega.
outwards, and we call it as heavy side out condition. Then we are heading towards critical
No speed
speed
increase.
of shaft. You can see that shaft start vibrating
This
critically.
is the critical speed.
Critical speed of shaft. This is when omega is equal to
Shaft.
omega c. And
Omega
now
is equal to
at this
omega
condition, y value is infinity. And now we are
I will
heading
show
towards
how it will vibrate
next
violently.
stage. When speed
Increase
is
more
more than
speed.
critical speed,
The omega is
center of
greater than
gravity is shifted
omega c.
towards the geometric center.
Omega is greater than
And
more
now we
greater than
harness
omega
any
c.
kind of
The
vibration.
G coincide with the
So
axis
this
of
is
rotation
all
of the shaft.
about the practical. And this is the actual phenomenon which we are going to observe in the critical speed of shaft.
And it will move like a plane. So next we'll watch here the video for this is the turbine. This is the gearbox. This is the turbine. High steam, superheated steam is coming, 72 kg, and it will generate the 12 megawatt power. This is the alternator generator which will generate the power. And here is the gearbox which will connect it to this. So friend, so this is the video. We'll watch what are the three outcomes from this learning of this video. And always you learn by self-assessment only. Thank you for watching my video. Please, if you not subscribe my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you very much.